And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lads. Joined, as always, with my guy, Mr. Big Ballin.
Sir, I had to check like are my headphones working?
I was like in the middle of pulling something up, and then I was like trying to do fucking 10 things at once, and I was like, oh shit. But yeah, man, what's up, Ben? How we doing tonight? How we doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. The heat is finally subsided, and man, it's so much nicer back in California where it's 82 degrees instead of 115. So it wasn't that bad. It was 105, but still.
It's cooled down in
It wasn't
Vegas a
Vegas,
little bit. It's cooled down a little bit because we've been having some rain the last couple of days, monsoon season, so cools down a little bit. We are being brought to you by the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Make sure to download it to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to use, free to download. Everything's free. Track your bets. Become a better Sharps app. With all that being said, obviously, this is the halfway point of Major League Baseball. So we are at that halfway mark. A little more than halfway technically, but All-Star break. You could see today a lot of teams were ready to go on All-Star break holiday because some teams really fucking packed it in. And it was it was pretty comical, but yeah, man. So we're gonna do some awards. We're gonna talk grades for some of these teams. Maybe look ahead to some MLB rumors for trade and the MLB Draft as well. That the first 2 rounds just happened tonight. And the way that college prospects have really been coming up, like a lot of these guys could be in the league next year. Not a lot, but some of them could be.
Some of them can, yeah.
So we're gonna go through all that. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us. If you're in the chat, let us know if you want to talk anything. We'll bring it up. I am keeping my eye on the chat this time, I swear. So with all that being said, Ben, let's do our MLB awards first and foremost. So, if you asked me this question 2 weeks ago, I think I would have had some different answers on a lot of these. Maybe not a lot of them, but some of them for sure. But now, 2 weeks removed from that and some more games being played, I've switched up some of my award winners here. So let's talk Cy Young first. So who is your NL Cy Young at this point in this halfway through the season?
So NL Cy Young, and this is kind of a surprise for me. I did not expect him to be here and looking like his former self. Oh man, yeah. There's 2. I mean, I think I'm gonna go different route on this, but I think I'm gonna give it to Chris Sale.
Okay.
Very impressed where he is, and this is a big as of right now, because
I do think this is a very close race.
Yeah, with Chris Sale, I mean, I think it's a very like with his history, it can be a detrimental pitch, and his season's done, and he won't be one of those people who you can bet. And you're also...
You can say that about everyone, though.
Yeah, that's very true. But, I mean, Chris Sale does have his injury history, though.
Yeah.
So, I think that that's kind of why it's the surprise, and him getting back to this place is absolutely great for him, especially on a team where he needs to be great right now. And that is just, I mean, they needed him to step up, and look, he's stepping up with all of their injuries. He is taking the reins there. So I like Sale for NL.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 to 4 answers that you I can make 3 to 4 arguments for NL Cy Young at this point. But I'm gonna go a different route, and the reason why I said 2 weeks ago, if you asked me this, my answer would have been totally different. 2 weeks ago, if you asked me this, it would have been Ranger Suarez, and I wouldn't have blinked an eye. That would have been my absolute Cy Young winner. But we're 2 weeks removed from that, so now I'm going Paul Skeens, Ben. I'm going Paul Skeens. What he's done to this point is absolutely fucking incredible.
I don't disagree with you on that, but I have him as Rookie of the Year, so I don't think he gets Cy Young and Rookie of the Year.
See, we'll get there.
I don't think it's out of this world if he did, but I don't. I mean, when was the last time have we ever had?
Sure, but I'm saying as of today, that's my Cy Young. I'm not looking ahead. This isn't a projection ahead. This is as of today, halfway point. If the season were to end today, that's my Cy Young winner. That's my NL Cy Young winner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you on that, but I think we see him with the Rookie of the Year, and he wouldn't get.
But
I think he's better fit for Rookie of the Year.
But I just want to make this clear: we're not projecting to the end of the season. This is just right now. So I don't care about what can happen from now until the end of the season. Like, this is just right now. Our halfway award winners. So don't project out. But 6 wins, 0 losses, only 66 innings pitched, which definitely hurts him the most because he definitely has a lot less innings pitched. But a 1.9 ERA, a 2.25 xFIP, 12 K per 9, dude. I mean, what he's doing is just phenomenal, and it's up there with guys like Dwight Gooden in first 9 starts of their career. Like, that's how good he's been, dude.
Yeah.
So I got Skeens as the NL Cy Young. Who's your AL Cy Young?
AL Cy Young. I mean, I don't think there's any question here other than Skubal.
Agreed. I have Skubal as well. You could probably make an argument for Reagans. I thought maybe a few weeks ago Tanner Houck you could have made a good argument for.
Yep.
But he's kind of got shelled a couple times since then. So
yeah, I think there's still a couple people. I think AL is a little more open for some backdoor players to come in and get it.
But we're not projecting. This is just halfway.
Exactly.
This is just halfway.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm just saying that I think there could be some people, because it's going to be hard for Skubal to keep up this pace that he's going at. Absolutely outstanding. Pitching like a fucking...
Well, the one thing is, though, is
right
I don't know if he's going to get traded, but if he does get traded, he's obviously going to get traded to a better team, which actually could help him because... the guy has 10 wins and only 3 losses on a shitty fucking Tigers team that can't hit, which is pretty fucking impressive if you ask me. The ERA and the xFIP, and he has the second highest WAR among all qualified pitchers. So, I think that's pretty easy. I think you can also make a argument for Garrett Crochet. I think he's had a good half of the year. Cole Ragans, George Kirby has sneakily. He got off to a very rough start, but I mean, he's been phenomenal since May. He's been very, very good. So you can even make a case for him. But yeah, I'm with you. I got Skubal there for Cy Young right now. All right, let's talk MVP. So who's your NL MVP at this point?
NL MVP, I think numbers wise, I've got to go with Ozuna.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. Again, just stepping up where he needs to. He's got 77 RBIs, which is second in the league. He's fourth in the league in home runs at 26. I mean, those kind of go hand in hand. I believe, where was he? Top 10 in batting average, 11.
Yeah, he's a high average, 304.
Yeah. 303 dropped a point today. But 20 doubles, 26 home runs. Just, playing good baseball. And again, on a team that really needs him to step up with Acuna out. So only problem, he does strike out a lot. But
I'll take the K's if you're hitting dingers, though.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I like Acuna there.
Yeah, I don't hate that. The NL Cy Young to me is wild because I think the two front runners are obviously Ohtani and Ozuna, two guys that don't fucking play in the field. They only DH. And so that's where I'm going to go. My second pick behind them would be Ellie De La Cruz. But the guy's only hitting 255. But I mean, he has a 4.4 WAR. He has a fucking 46 stolen bases. Like basically, if he gets a walk, dude, it's basically a triple, dude, because he's stealing second and stealing third almost every time. The K rate is 31%. It's hella high, but yeah, I think my order would probably go Ohtani, Ozuna, Ellie, or Ohtani, Ellie, Ozuna, somewhere in there. But I want to lean Ellie because he plays in the field too, so he has to play the other side of the ball too, where as the other two guys just go up there and hit. You know what I mean? And I think that should hurt those two guys. You know what I mean? Because like they don't, but they're clearly the two best hitters for sure.
Yep.
All right,
MVP is sadly an offensive category now.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to as a pitcher because you only pitch it once every 5 days. So I mean you have to like really be incredible if you're a pitcher to win it. All right, let's talk Rookie of the Year. Who's your
AL MVP?
Oh yeah, sorry, AL MVP. My bad.
Yeah, and this one's tough for me. I've got two, and that's Stephen Kwan and Bobby Witt.
Interesting. Okay,
I think Stephen Kwan. I mean, 352, one of the most clutch hitters, in baseball right now. The team is definitely not the best on the team, but is playing the best all around.
So my counter argument to Stephen Kwan for you, Ben, and it's not numbers related or anything, but he did miss like 2.5 weeks of the season, and they went on like a 13-2 run while he was out.
That's true. Yeah.
Because when I think of MVP, and
they play though,
and our thought process is different. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I'd have to go back and look. But my thought process is like a guy that their team cannot live without.
Yeah. And that's where I'm kind of going with Bobby Witt. I don't think Kansas City does anything offensively without Bobby Witt in that lineup. Whether he is actually doing the hitting, stealing, etc., or he is just his presence there.
Yeah,
gets you two different batters within the and success within the within the offensive lineup there. I think that's why I have him there.
All right. So I got Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
And
don't disagree with you on that.
And the only reason why I do, and people are going to say, well, Judge should definitely be the MVP, and I don't agree because he was so bad in the first half of the first month of the season, and the Yankees were in first place. Mm-hmm. So, and when I say he was bad, dude, he was hitting like 198 after April. Like he was terrible the first month of the season, and the Yankees still they were in first place. So I'm going Gunnar Henderson here. He's second in WAR behind Judge, but this is a guy who literally, when he doesn't get a hit, the Orioles don't win games. They have 5 wins when he doesn't get a hit. 5, that's it. We're in July. They only have 5 wins when he doesn't get a hit.
And they
So
have 58 wins so far this season. So
yep. So it's very impressive as to what he means to that lineup. He's their leadoff hitter. He's second in the AL in home runs, 61 RBIs. You do want to see that walk rate kind of go up. I'd also like to see his K rate go down. However, that's my MVP. I don't think the Orioles would be anywhere near where they're at if it wasn't for Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
All right, Rookie of the Year. This is an interesting one. I think we can go a lot of places with this. So I'm interested to hear, who's your NL Rookie of the Year?
NL Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens. That's partly because I don't have him on MVP. Or sorry, excuse me, Cy Young.
I'm going NL Rookie of the Years
Oh, with Jackson?
with Jackson Merrill.
Yeah.
It's
I can
hard
see
to
that too.
deny what he's doing, dude.
Oh, no, absolutely. He's
And on like any other given year, Ben, he's easily Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And the thing with Paul Skeens too is like we said, dude, Paul Skeens didn't pitch until May, right? Halfway through May or the end of May.
And he's already at his highest pitching numbers of even of his college?
Yeah, because you don't pitch that much in college.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from there.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think I like both of them to win. And I will say this, as far as projecting forward, and I'll say this about Paul Skeens and Cy Young too. He's one bad start away from dropping off both these lists because he hasn't pitched that much.
Yeah.
So I will say that.
You better not take those minus 1,100 odds for Skeens then.
No, I wouldn't either, because also looking ahead
I'd
too,
take that plus 550 on Jackson Merrill though.
if for some reason, let's say the Pirates are out of the playoff race, Ben, do they shut Skeens down?
Yes.
That's what I think too, dude. So like, if he doesn't pitch at all, like let's say in September, then what does this look like? Because Jackson Merrill's playing every day.
Yep.
And they're in a pennant race.
Yeah.
Well, so is Pittsburgh as of right now, but all right. So you got Skeens, I got Skeens and Merrill. AL. This is a very interesting one because a month ago I think it was Colton Cowser runaway.
Yep.
What do you think now?
I kind of have two here as well. Heel and Langford, but I think you got the exact same thing right that we said with Skeens. He's one bad start from being miles down the list.
I think Heel was like runaway. I think him and Cowser were the two favorites like a month ago, but Heel got knocked around a couple of times, which I think kind of knocked him out of the race.
He came back. He's come back, and his last start was really good.
He's had 2 good starts since then, but
yeah,
I do think that those 3 like because he had 3 real clunkers, dude.
Yeah,
his ERA went from like 1.9 to like fucking almost 4.
Yeah,
which I think kind of set him back a little bit.
Yeah, I think you can make a argument for. Well, again, this is more for second half of the year, how that goes for Colt Keith. But I think it's Wyatt Langford's to lose right now.
See, I wouldn't have Wyatt Langford up there, in my opinion. I think because he did miss some time too.
That's tough with how fucking dog shit Texas is.
And Cowser, I mean, he got off to such a fucking good start, dude. But like he's definitely struggled in the last like month which I think kind of dropped him down. Willier Abreu too of Boston. I think he missed some time too. If he didn't miss any time, like that's what I'm saying. Like this is by far the toughest. The AL Rookie of the Year. Like I would probably still say as of right now Colton Cowser by like a millimeter.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too. You've got three players in the top 10 of odds wise coming from the Red Sox, which kind of shows you where the Red Sox are coming as a team.
Who Abreu, Hamilton, who else?
And Rafaela.
Oh yeah, Sedon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm going Cowser.
Well, you can get plus 1,100 odds on Cowser.
I mean, he still leads all AL rookies in home runs. He still leads AL rookies in home runs. That's about all he leads them in. He does have the highest WAR amongst rookies too. But yeah, he's definitely slid. And if I was projecting forward, I probably wouldn't bet him. But as of right now, I'm going to say Kowser.
Mm-hmm.
All right, manager of the year. I think these are both easy, and I think there's only 2 right answers here.
Dave Roberts.
No,
I know. Bob Melvin.
fuck no.
I think we're going for NL. Probably Dave Martinez from the Nationals. I
No,
think they're playing out of their minds. No, who are you going with?
Pat Murphy of the Brewers.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Nobody expected
yeah.
the Brewers to be in first place.
Very true. Very true. Their numbers right now, I have them as an A for their first half. They were supposed to be at 46.5 wins at this point in the season. We're 59.8% of the way through the season. They're supposed to be at 46.5 and they're at 55.
Yeah, they're good.
They are.
They've exceeded expectations for sure.
Yeah. They only need 23 more wins in the second half of the season to get there over.
Yep. Who you got for the AL?
That vote.
Yeah.
No question.
Yep. Same reason as the Brewers have totally exceeded expectations.
Yep. They were supposed to be at 48 games at this point, and they're at 58, 10 games over.
They have the best record in baseball. Well, in the AL.
Yep. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yep.
They have kind of started regressing though, back to the mean. That's a team that
they started the season off really easy though. They
did, and they were at one point they were hitting like fucking 330 with runners in scoring position, and when I say at one point, I'm talking like last month, and that's just like unsustainable as a team. That can't happen forever. All right. That's the awards. So let's talk some grades for some of these teams. Let's start with the Seattle Mariners. At the halfway point at the All-Star break, 52-46, plus 19 run differential, first place in the NL West. How would you grade the Seattle Mariners?
This is a tough one because they are exactly where they should be at this point of the season, of where we expected. The rest of the AL East, other than Oakland, is playing way down. So that's
AL
why
West, you mean?
I find it tough. Huh?
The AL West.
Sorry, what did I say? AL East?
Yeah, or NL
sorry,
East,
yeah.
I think.
The AL West. You've got Houston below, Angels below, Oakland's above where they should be. Texas is below. Seattle is a half game below where they should be numbers wise, where we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. Pitching is incredible. Batting is dog shit.
Yeah.
But they're right there. So it's like, I think you can give them a B minus, but I don't think you can give them, I can't give them the C that I want to. Because their offense is horrid.
Yeah, their offense is horrible, but their fucking pitching is elite.
Yeah, it really is. And that's kind of what we saw and talked about at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
We thought that's what this team was going to be. We thought this team was going to be better hitting. Definitely did.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I thought they would be
that
better.
That pitching was going to be elite.
Yeah. I'd probably give them like a B minus.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
I think that's right where it should be. It's a B minus.
They're not going to be in first place by August, though.
I don't think.
Houston's a game and a half behind them.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, wait, where are we? Yeah. I was going to say next week, but It could be next week. 2 more weeks, yeah.
Could be one series because there's only one series next week, but that could be it for them.
Yep.
All right. Let's talk about a team like the Boston Red Sox. What kind of grade would you give them?
Oh, I'm giving them an A. I think they're A minus.
Yeah.
Probably A minus. I think there's definitely some work to be done, but they are really exceeding expectations. They're 7 games up from where Vegas predicted them to be at this point in the season. Offensively, they've got young rookies who are playing out of their minds. Let's hope that they can continue that throughout the year. Pitching is, I think, right where we thought they were going to be. Maybe a little bit better. Maybe we could say Bello is playing a little. Bello is playing a little bit better than I expected him to be at. But I'll give him an A minus.
Yeah. I think the Red Sox are definitely an A. And I also think this is a sneaky team to win the World Series.
Oh man, you could probably get huge odds for them right now. I'm gonna pull that up.
I really do because they're not even healthy yet. Like they don't even have Tristan Cassis.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be back by July, but now they're saying maybe in the next after
All-Star break.
After the All-Star break. So
yeah, but man, they don't have odds, updated odds. I'm sure we can find it.
But yeah, I'm that impressed with Boston. I mean, Devers is just a fucking machine, dude, and Jarren Duran, also an All-Star, special fucking player. I really like their roster, man. I think they have a very good, talented roster. And once they get Tristan Cassis back, I mean, sky's the limit. And, like, they have a good starting rotation already. And, like, they can definitely add some pieces. So I think that if they do that, I do think that they're a sneaky team, man, to win the World Series.
I mean, if you shop around, you can get plus 6,000 for Boston.
Are you serious? That seems way too high. Like,
yeah. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12 best odds to win. I mean, but you're looking anywhere from like Bet 365 has them at plus 3,300, and what the fuck is this on? I don't even know what this one is. What's the green? The green.
oh, that's Bet 365 usually.
No, it's a different one. Caesars has them at plus 6,000.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, what grade would you give the Orioles?
I'd give them B plus. I don't think they're. I'd probably give them a B. I think they're playing very well. They're exceeding expectations. Their offense is right where we thought they were going to be. I don't know if I'd put that they're exceeding expectations, but their offense is playing very well, right where we thought they're going to be. I think they're in a tight spot pitching wise because of their injuries. You still have your ace in Corbin, who's pitching well. And then things kind of get shaky. I think you've got some pitchers who are playing above where they should be, but that's due to injuries. And I don't, obviously you can't, expect injuries to happen to your starting pitchers, but that's kind of where they're at right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think given the rotation injuries, I think they're definitely a B plus because if you told me they weren't going to have like Bradish and then they lost Kramer for like a month and a half and like everything else that's happened to that rotation, John Means being out for the rest of the year too, I would be like, oh, dude, the Orioles are fucking in shambles. But somehow they've managed to be in first place in the AL East at the All-Star break. which I think is actually a detriment to the fucking Yankees, because as bad as the Orioles have been playing in the last 2 weeks, the Yankees have been playing just as bad, if not worse, and they haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Which is crazy. Baltimore 3-7 in their last 10. Yankees 4-6 in their last 10.
Yeah, and it's it's detrimental to the Yankees, and obviously the Orioles have a lot of assets that they can go out and use in the trade market trade market. So we'll see what happens there, but yeah, I think as of right now, definitely a B+. I'm with you there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the Yankees? What's a grade you give the Yankees? Now we'll move to some NL teams.
I think you give the Yankees an A-.
No fucking way. Can't be higher than the Orioles.
We didn't have as much expectation as we did with the Orioles.
Yeah, but if you told me all the Orioles injuries, I'd be like, the Yankees are probably 5 to 10 games ahead in first place.
Yeah, but I think where we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year was not tied for, or not tied for, but
yeah, if the Orioles were healthy, if the Orioles were healthy, I would be like, oh yeah, the Yankees are fucking.
They're 3 games above expectations for, 2.5 above expectations for where they should be at. Vegas wise, they should be at 55 wins, and they're at 58.
I'd say B-.
B-.
Yeah.
See, I don't. I think losing their starting pitcher, their number one pitcher.
But we knew Cole wasn't going to be pitching until.
We did not know Cole wasn't going to be pitching until.
No, but
before.
But he was always. They always said he was going to pitch by May or June. We didn't think he would ever come back, but.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, we knew he wasn't going to be. We knew he wasn't going to pitch though. So like.
When did he get injured? He got
injured in spring training. Right? Spring training.
Okay.
We knew when we did our preview show, we knew they weren't going to have Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
For at least 3 months. I think the Yankees played over their heads the first 2 months.
And they deserve a better grade for that first half because they played over their heads. I don't think that's going to be how they're going to end the season out. But they played over their heads. I don't think you can give them a B- grade for them being.
But when you put it
out.
But when you put it into context, though, like, yes, they played over their heads for 2 months. However, given the fact that the Orioles rotation was an absolute shambles the last fucking 2.5 months.
They don't know that, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like,
second in their division. We never thought they'd even be second in their division.
Nah, we always had them projected second. Who's going to be ahead of them?
I think we had Toronto, and we knew Boston.
No way. Toronto is the last place team in this fucking division.
No, Tampa Bay.
No, I projected Toronto. I said Toronto under wins was my favorite fucking bet of the AL.
Yeah, but Toronto under wins was 86.5.
Yeah, and I picked them to finish last. I picked them to finish worse than Boston. I don't think that Raptors. I don't think the fucking Blue Jays team is good at all.
We had both of these teams under.
I'm going B-. I'm saying B-.
There's no way that's a B-.
Yeah, this team should be in first place given the Orioles injuries, and they're to their credit, they're only a
game back.
B-. You got Soto and Judge on your team.
Yeah, and you had a major injury in here, a couple injuries in your pitching rotation.
Who?
Schmidt was out for a while.
He's like a 4-5 starter.
Yeah. Who else? Relief wise was out. Tonkin was out. Hamilton was out.
They still got Clay Holmes.
Santana. Holmes, yeah.
The Orioles are missing Danny Coulomb, Or was
But
missing Felix Bautista?
We're talking about these teams independently.
Yeah.
And to have.
Nah, you still got Judge and Soto, bro. Like,
yeah, and you've got Nestor.
You still have Carlos Rodon pitching all year.
Yeah, but this is at this moment.
Yeah, and Rodon's ass now. Stroman's ass now. I'm going B minus, dude.
No,
because if this team wasn't so ass, dude, they'd be like 5 or 6 games in first place right now.
I hate the Yankees now, but they don't deserve a B minus.
B minus.
Nope. No way.
Starting pitching is mid. Good bullpen. And then outside of Judge and Soto, the lineup is very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. I think losing Stanton was big too. But he's only been out for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So I'm going to be minus.
I think you're being a little rough on the Yankees just because of your hatred, but
nah, B minus. All right, let's move over to the NL.
yeah, I think that.
Let's move over to the NL. Your San Francisco Giants, what's the grade?
This is a team I'll give a B minus to. I mean, a big part of that is injuries.
Yes.
I think they're 3 games back from their Vegas numbers for where they should be at this point of the year, which I think is good. I'll bump it up to a B. Because of their injuries, I think we can bump it up to B there for given what they're doing with the players that they have. I can give it a B. I think the second half of the year is going to be strong for them, but it's at this moment, I'm going to give it a B. I think.
Go ahead.
I think having Snell back gets to take a little bit of the pressure off of Logan Webb, and gives the opportunity for 2 strong pitchers now to battle out being the number 1 there. I think that having Webb and Snell kind of equates the C minus level of their bullpen. I mean, you do have a little bit of a gem there in Walker, but basically everybody else in your bullpen has been pretty ass this year. I mean, I think what's his name, Hajale, is probably another one of the little bright spots. The 6'7" guy,
Jelly.
Yeah,
he's actually 6'11".
6'11". Okay.
He's the second tallest pitcher ever in Major League history.
Who was the tallest? Do you know?
I forget the guy's name, but he was like 6'11" and a half. He was like fucking almost the same height.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know this is because they were talking about it on the broadcast last night.
Yeah.
So it's fresh in my memory.
I mean, given the injuries, I think it's a B minus. I think there's a lot of upside to this team when they get healthy again, and I think they'll be able to come back in the second half of the year with an easier schedule to make a wild card spot.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go C+, and there's a reason I'm going C+, because yes, injuries have been a huge issue. However, some of the injuries that have occurred have allowed the bright spots to happen. Heliot Ramos is not playing if Jung-Hoo Lee doesn't get hurt. Yes. Brett Wisely is not playing if Nick Ahmed gets hurt.
Very true.
So, while yes, I do agree that injuries is a huge issue because, I mean, in a bubble, right? In a bubble, right, you would love to have a Heliot Ramos and Jung-Hoo Lee. But who knows if Jung-Hoo even if Heliot even gets called up if Jung-Hoo doesn't get hurt, right? So I think that we have to factor some of that in with the injuries in that sense. Losing Blake Snell was huge because that's a guy that's your projected, number 2 starter, and and he didn't have a spring training, and he got off to a really bad start, and then he gets hurt and all that stuff. So I'm going to go C+ because I think even given the injuries, the Giants have had a lot of winnable games that they've given away. And they've also had a lot of games that they shouldn't have won, that they came back and won late in games. So I do think that this team's going to be better going forward. Patrick Bailey being healthy is huge. He's probably their best player. Jorge Soler is finally turning the corner, right?
Yeah.
And then Blake Snell looks like he's turned the corner. So I'm going C+ halfway through. But I do think that this team, the best baseball is ahead of them for sure.
Am I still here, by the way?
Yeah. You're just frozen.
Oh, my screen turned off and I can't move my mouse. So,
oh shoot,
that's an interesting one.
So your computer's off.
My computer's basically done. Yeah. So,
can you restart it real quick?
Yeah, let's see if it works.
All right, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
Here we go.
Seeing eye spotlighter than the light flies underneath the black night, shining on half-life at a time. Wings come out my back when I rap a rhyme, redefine action fly, while angels that adapt to crime blast a 9, holding on to life with the hands of time, slipping through your grip like a kid passes prime while patting your life. After rappers that captured the high life, stature doesn't matter when you guys height. Taggers learn to bond like Vietnam, hoping that we see the signs, trying to feed the mind knowledge while you eat swine season. I'll be on tour all 4 seasons for a reason. I pour a drink and think I'm an immortal being, Morgan Freeman, cause I'm more than a freak, man, I'm G.O.D. But don't think I won't squeeze heat on a heat, man. I score cream, pour lean in my cup, puffing weed, crushing beats with more bars in a prison, even when I bust freeze.
You playing odd, thinking you playing God. Your lack of faith just made the play dissolve. Fatal outcomes with the hateful cause. Every shot taken was face guarded, ain't fake at all. Crazy like 8 pounds just to break a jaw. We forced that. Force all dreams and course flatness. Porsche pattern. Need more horses to pull my Porsches big. I was more sworn in before towards the source data. Who told niggas that morals didn't matter? Looking down at the floor plans like if we was 4, we could've had this. Push buttons for the whip to start. Split parted. 10K was just a kickstart. Played the big part in this kind of game. My mind frame is sick art. Wherever I choose to sit, this shit is the new benchmark. We flourish as the story was expected to. The truth don't make it less effective. Watch what's happening. This life shit is sick, but it's a blessing too.
True, so row your boat slowly. Damo Navy Blue and BLU, we praise the most holy. To capture what you want, you gotta drop what you've been holding. From the land of pro clubs, Chucks and OE. As if I never know my own grief. I learned addiction, a family-stricken disease. Every one of our cousins who had hoop dreams got put on the hood and turned into a fiend. It ain't always what it seems, ain't nothing wrong with them, just smoking a little weed and sipping on some brandy. We got it out his grandmama pantry. I fell asleep and couldn't dream at all. How the fuck I'm supposed to keep it calm when I have seen the miracle imperatives and needing God? Cause I have risen on my DeMar DeRozan, all these niggas bullshitting. I've been sitting with the hopeless, I'm in deep water swimming. 100 feelings, I'm engulfed in, I gotta meet a limit. I ain't finished, I'ma live by any means.
Used to live in Hawthorne, off 135th Street, Slauson, right off 54th Street, Crenshaw, where Nipsey run the city. Roll with me where the homies throw up. Rolling 60s, east side, rolling 20s. With 30s be throwing up, rolling 40s. They all know me as the OG. Rolling wild, wild western. We outside like the weather out. Rhyme all your prime put together. King Bully, Mafia Crip. Cookies in the crib, cooking Inglewood. Hollywood, hooking Melrose. Hotel holes, the same old and same old. Venice Beach on the beach. In the heat with my heat. In my street clothes, khakis. Tees and Chuck Tees. Sagging with the blue rag. Bandana paisleys. The street said paint me blue. So I do what I do till my day come in, I take one. I'm coming straight from the Wild Wild West. Yeah, where every day we put our life on the line for the set just to.
All right, we're back. Ben's back. Can't hear you, Ben. Can't hear you. There we go. I got you now. I got you.
Okay.
You're good. All right, you're back.
Had the hard restart, so we'll see.
All right.
We'll see how long it lasts.
All right. So where were we? We were grading the Giants. You gave them B minus. I gave them C plus. What do you think of the Dodgers? Where would you have them graded? 'Cause I think this is another interesting one, given injuries and shit.
Yeah, this is, I mean, massive injuries that we didn't, I mean, yeah, some massive injuries, but at the same time, a second half of the lineup that we knew was not going to be good.
Yeah.
I think with Mookie, you're probably winning a few more games, though. I think his WAR brings you up a couple games that, that they're below where they should be. They're 6 games back for where they should be.
Well, he really tailed off after that first month, though.
Yeah,
he was not playing good.
Waves, though.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing good when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that like losing him sucks, dude. Like you can't replace Mookie, but So where would you grade the Dodgers? Oh. We're losing Ben again. Because I think the Dodgers. Oh, there we go. You're back.
There we go. Yeah.
So what would you grade the Dodgers?
So I'm gonna give them. I'll probably give them B minus. I think you have the expectations set high with your Freddie, Mookie, and Shohei. I think you're getting a better Teoscar and Will Smith than you expected, but the rest of that team, I don't think they're playing up to the level that we expect. I think pitching injuries have been pitching injuries have put that team down, and they're a lot lower than where we had them. So had the pitching levels. I think they got off to a hot start with their pitchers, and things have just slowed the fuck down for them. So,
like guys like Paxton got off to like a crazy good start, and like that was unsustainable, obviously. And but I mean, then you lose Yoshi, and now you lose Glass now, and like you already had a ton of injuries coming into the season in your rotation, so like now you're really trying to piece it together. Gavin Stone is out.
Yeah, Dustin May.
Well, we knew Dusty May was gonna play until at least the end of the year. Now he has a torn esophagus, so who knows about that? But
I thought they were getting him back in end of July, early August.
It was that's like the end of the year though.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So like we knew he was coming back at the end of the year, but now you're not even getting him, and then we knew they weren't going to get Kershaw till at least halfway through the year. So like some of these guys, like we just we knew they weren't going to have
get out of Kershaw.
Yeah. I mean, given everything though, I'd probably give him a B, solid B. Because, I mean, dude, their rotation is an absolute fucking shithole, dude. Like, their rotation is an absolute fucking shambles.
Yeah, but they're not even the rotation that they're putting out is not going up to their expectations.
Well, when Glasnow and Yoshi were healthy, it was. Because those two guys you were counting on.
Yes. Yoshi mid.
Nah, Yoshi started off bad, but when he got hurt, he was pitching really well. He had like a 3.3 ERA when he got hurt. He got off to a terrible start.
But he did get off to a terrible start. He had a couple good starts, and then, but I don't think Yoshi was, even when he was pitching well, I don't think he was pitching up to the expectations that anybody had, being one of the highest paid pitchers in baseball.
Well, yeah, if you count it. But that's what I'm saying is, like, he got off to such a terrible start, but dude, he had like a 1.9 ERA after April. Like, that's how bad he was, dude. And
he had his bad starts though. After that.
But nah, he was hella solid after that. Here, let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'm getting his splits up too. Or I guess game logs. Game logs. Come on.
Let's see here. All right, so I'll just do from May 1st.
He gets hurt in Kansas City.
No, he got hurt in LA against Kansas City. But after May 1st, he had a 2.5 ERA, 9.2 K per 9. Like, he was a lot better after May.
Yeah, he got knocked up by the Dodgers. He got knocked up by Cincinnati. 2 runs. Okay, that's a good start against Miami.
Yeah,
that's
but
not hard.
I'm saying in the whole though, like, you can't knock a 2.5 ERA. For the whole season, he has a 2.92 ERA. So I mean, honestly, if you just take away that first starting in San Diego where he like got off to like just an atrocious start, dude. I mean, his season looks totally different. And yeah, he had bad start against San Francisco and a bad start against Cincy, but I mean, the guy has 14 starts and 3 were bad. And we're sitting here and we're like, oh, the guy wasn't pitching to expectations. Like, nah, he's a good pitcher, dude. He was pitching well.
He's a good pitcher. I mean,
he was starting to figure it out.
Though. He pitched against St. Louis when they were playing like shit. He pitched against San Diego when they were playing like shit.
Front of him. We can't
pitched against Washington. He pitched against Miami. He pitched against Arizona again when they were playing like shit.
Here we go. You were talking about my hatred Colorado for the Yankees, and here you are fucking.
No, that's not hatred.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
not hatred.
He can't change.
This is the top paid pitcher, and maybe not the top, but
yeah,
one
he
of
has
the
a 2.54 ERA, dude, or 2.92, bro. You
but let's
love that from your from your ace, bro.
He's not. Yeah, he's not the ace.
He's better than Glasnow. Glasnow's, if we're keeping it a buck, dude, outside of 2 seasons, Glasnow is very fucking average.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see how he did playing a full season, because those numbers would not continue.
They could get better. We don't know.
No, he was not getting better.
He was getting better when he got hurt, though. he was coming off his 2 best starts of the year. That start against the Yankees was phenomenal, especially given the moment on national TV.
Then in LA, playing against Colorado, you give up 7 hits.
Hey, man. No. Colorado plays the Dodgers well, though.
Trash Colorado team. Then you get shelled from Cincinnati the game before that.
Cincinnati's a good team.
Then you have a good game against Arizona, and then you get shelled by San Francisco the game before that. He was not pitching his best baseball.
He had the 2.54 ERA. Yes, he was, dude. He's coming off 2 shutouts.
He jumped from a 2.79 up to a 3.51. He got lucky against Colorado because they can't hit, but he still got hit.
No, the Colorado can hit. That's the only thing they can do.
Colorado can't hit either.
Dude, the guy's a 2.92 ERA on the whole season, and fucking Ben's over here. Guy is shut out. He only gave up 1 earned run against Colorado. What are you talking about? He got shelled against Colorado.
I didn't say he got shelled against Colorado. I said he got hit.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't give up runs.
7 hits against Colorado. It's that.
And he had 7 Ks.
What's that?
And he had 7 Ks too.
Yeah. 7 hits. He had a great game against New York. I will give you that. But 7-hit game against Colorado, I'm not happy with. Colorado is trash.
And it don't matter how many hits you give up as long as they don't fucking come across the plate. And you never know what those hits look like too. That's why XFIP matters, because some of those could be very soft contact hits that are just bloopers and bad luck, dude. Like the BABIP in that game is 412. Like that's unsustainable. That no team's gonna hit 412 on balls in play throughout the course of a season. And he didn't give up a single home run, kept ball in the park. So I think that's a good start. It's a great start. 10.5 K per 9. Come on, Ben. What are we doing here? All right. So you're giving them a B-. I'm giving them a B. Let's talk the Atlanta Braves. What grade would you give the Braves? This is another difficult one.
Yeah, another major injury prone team.
Because you can't, given all their injuries and stuff, I mean, they do have a ton of guys that regress. And even Acuna wasn't playing as well as last year when he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Riley is regressed. Olsen definitely fucking doesn't look anywhere near as good as he did last year. Michael Harris Jr., he's hurt now, but he wasn't playing as well.
Nope.
Adam Duvall not playing as well. Ozzy Albies not playing as well. Orlando Arcia not playing as well. But even given their pitching injuries, like to Strider, they're still top 3 in ERA.
Yeah,
in baseball,
and they're hanging in there.
And Chris Sale, like you said earlier, excellent, been excellent. Nobody expected that. I'm giving the Braves, shockingly, dude. I'm giving the Braves an A-.
No.
Yes, I am.
You just talked about all of their regressions. How the fuck are you talking? How are you giving them an A- with all of those regressions?
Because if you told me that all those players weren't going to be as good and you showed me their numbers, I'd be like, dude, that's a dog shit team. But that's how good their pitching has been. Their pitching has been stellar.
I'm giving them a B. B- area, because they are, it's exactly what you said. They are pitching well.
But Kalenic Kalenic has been really good, and Ozuna has been really good.
Mm-hmm. Everybody else has been not great. They haven't exceeded expectations at all. So
Riley's playing better,
though. I don't know how you can give them an A.
Well, Austin Riley got hurt.
Anything in the area.
Austin Riley and Sean Murphy both got hurt. Sean Murphy was out for basically the whole first half. He just came back like 4 weeks ago. Austin Riley missed a ton of time. And now he's back. And that's kind of why they've been playing a lot better, is because Austin Riley kind of has gotten off to, looking like himself, which obviously helps Ozuna, because then you have someone hitting in front of Ozuna. And then Kelenick's been really good too. Kelenic has been excellent, especially since they put him in the leadoff spot. So, but I mean, they do have a lot of guys that have regressed for sure. But their pitching has been a lot better than I anticipated. I did not think Chris Sale was going to be this good. I did not think Reynaldo Lopez was going to be this good.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a plethora of rookies start throughout the year, and Schwellenbach looks, he's looked really good.
He's looked good. He hasn't looked really good.
Nah, he's had some starts where he looked really good, and he's had some
He's
starts
had
where
some
he's
starts
looked
where-
really bad.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's what you expect from a rookie.
Yeah.
Not everyone's Paul Skeens.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go A minus, which I think is the highest grade I've given out. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna go B plus.
Better. Much better.
I'm gonna go B plus.
Yeah, I'm putting it at B. Like you said, there's a lot of regression on this team offensively, to be expected because they played out of their minds, the last few years.
Yeah.
But you've got some guys who have really been struggling, and that keeps them away from that A category for me.
Yeah, they do have some guys that have definitely struggled, man.
Yeah,
For sure. All right. What were you gonna say, Ben?
no, it's fine. I was just gonna list people who are struggling.
Oh, you mean basically their whole lineup except for Kelnick and Ozuna.
Yeah, that's why they can't be in the A category.
But Riley has been better the last few weeks. He's turned it around a little bit. All right, let's do one more team.
I got one for you.
All right.
A team that's beating their where they should be at this point of the year, but offensively are just dog shit. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh yeah.
They should be at 40. Vegas has them at 75.5 wins, which would put them at 45.5 on the season. And they have 48 wins, second in their division right now.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the big part of why their offense struggled.
Third in their division right now, sorry.
A big part of why their offense struggled early on, though, was because O'Neal Cruz was coming back from that injury, and he looked like total shit the first 2 months, but he's looked a lot better. And once he's gotten better, you could see the rest of the lineup get better. Brian Reynolds obviously has been really good throughout the year, but yeah, I mean, that lineup, dude, at the end of the day is they got Brian Reynolds, they got O'Neal Cruz, and then, that's their lineup. Jack Sawinski hasn't been as good as we thought he was going to be. He has been playing better of late, though. I will give him that. Brian Hayes offensively just hasn't been there.
Yep.
McCutcheon is obviously he's over the hill. He's towards the end of his career, so that team definitely needs to figure out something offensively because they have the pitching. Jared Jones, Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, even Martin Perez has been good. Bailey Falter has been pretty good, and that's a 5 starter, you know what I mean? But he's been a pretty good 5 starter. So,
for what you're expecting him to do, he has been a great pitcher.
Yeah, they really just got to figure out the offense, man.
Yeah.
But I would give them honestly an A minus, dude, because their pitching has been really good. They're young, and they're ahead of schedule. I think. I didn't think they were going to be as bad as they were in May, but I also didn't think that they had this in them, and they have taken advantage of a soft schedule too.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to give them B plus. Still high. I think offensively, it is dragging them down because I'd put that probably at their pitching at an A, but their offense at a B minus, and it's just doing our equitable lines there, it puts them at a B plus for me. So
I just think so many teams, Ben, have such inconsistent lineups. They got 1 or 2 good players. Like every day, you're gonna get production for the most part, and then they just got a ton of inconsistency. Pittsburgh's had games from Rowdy Tellez where he looks good, and they've had games from Nick Gonzalez where he looks good, and then they also get 10 to 15 straight games where none of those guys get hits.
Yeah.
So it's just and that's for a lot of Major League Baseball, to be honest. A lot of teams have lineups like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is just killing them.
So I'm going to go, before we end with baseball here, I'm going to go over our kind of where we're at with over-under bets and kind of who you should be very happy that if you bet the over, or very unhappy that you bet the under on these ones. You're very happy right now. Well, I'm just gonna. There aren't too many teams that are over their numbers right now. So we'll start with the AL East. You're very happy if you bet Baltimore over. They're 3.5 games over their projected spot as of right now in their year, which is definitely a big plus. You're very happy if you bet Boston over. They're 6.5 games up from where they were expected to be. So huge bet there. They only need 24 wins in the second half of the season to get their over.
In 67 games. So that's definitely doable. They only need to win a third of their games.
Yeah. You've got the Yankees, who are up 3 games on where they should be right now. When we move to the AL Central, Cleveland 10 games up from where they should be.
Yeah.
They only need 21 wins.
I think they were like plus 550 to win the division too.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota and Detroit were both ahead of them in terms of odds.
Yep. Yeah, Kansas City, you're very happy if you bet the over. I know AK's shouting that one out. They're at 52. They should have been at 45 at this point in the season.
But they've
7 games up there.
They've been struggling. I mean, they looked like they were going to surpass their win total by like the end of July at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But it's come back to earth a little bit.
Yep. Minnesota's 2 games over where they should be. They should be at 52 right now. They're at 54. And then Oakland should be at 34.5 right now, and they are at 37. So they're surpassing their numbers. Fucking huge win today. Jesus, what is it, 18-2?
18-3. Yeah.
3. Yeah, there we go.
Big
We move over to the. Oh, sorry.
Big dub.
Yep. We move over to the NL side. You've got Philly up 8 games from where they are expected. They're at 62 wins right now. They should have been at 54 with their Vegas numbers. You've got the Nats up 5 games from where they should be right now. Vegas had them at 39 at this point in the season, and they're at 44. So they only need 21 more games to hit their over, which is a good thing there for us because I know we have that one. Milwaukee, they are 9 games up from where they should be right now, given their Vegas numbers. Vegas had them at 77.5, and they're at 55 wins right now.
That's another team that looked like they were going to fucking surpass their win total by the end of July, and that's kind of come crashing down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Cincinnati, Pitt, and St. Louis have all gotten better. Pittsburgh, 2.5 games up from where they should be.
Interesting.
And in the NL West, you have the lone San Diego, who is equal. They should be at 50 games.
Everyone else is down?
Games. Everyone else is down.
Interesting.
Yep. Arizona should be at 51. They're at 49. Colorado should be at 36.5. They're at 34. Dodgers should be at 62. They're at 56.
I was going to say the Dodgers are definitely down because they closed, what, 103?
103.5.
Yeah.
Yep. And San Francisco is at 47, and they should be at 50.
Yeah, that Dodgers one, man, 103.5. I mean, dude, if you have over 103.5, I mean, you basically fucking chalk that up as an L already.
Yep.
Because now they have to win more than half of their games the rest of the way out. That's just tough. That's tough to do.
They have to win 43 games there, yeah.
They have to win 43 out of 65.
Oh, no, wait. No. They have to
No, they have to win 53 out of 60.
47.
47 out of 65 games. So they have to go 47 and 18 in the second half.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I think, if I remember right, they have a harder second half of the season schedule than they had at the first half.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because they haven't played the Twins yet, who they're gonna play. They haven't played the Astros yet.
So they start this season, the second half, with Boston.
In Boston?
No, in LA. San Francisco in LA. Houston, San Diego, Oakland, Philly, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Arizona, Angels, Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, Miami. Wow, they end well. Colorado, San Diego, Colorado.
But I mean, they do have a lot of tough series ahead.
They have a lot of tough series in that first half of the second.
And they're not gonna have any starting pitching.
Yep.
Fuck.
That's gonna be hard to only lose 18 games there.
Yeah.
They did play Minnesota in April.
They only play them one series?
Yeah.
Interesting. So the first place teams, they only play them one series, and that it could be away or home.
AL, they play one series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Interesting. Okay.
So
all right.
It's gonna be a tough second half.
Yeah. Our fucking Tigers, but man, they've looked really good the last 2 weeks, though.
Yeah. I mean, Tigers are a game below where they should be, which I'm not for where it should be. They're at 47 wins. They should be at 48 at this point in the season. I'm not too mad at that.
Yeah. I mean, in middle of fucking June, it looked like we were fucking dead in the water, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be hard to get that over. Did you take the over as well, or did you?
I didn't play the over. I just played the division, and it's pretty much out of the reach. However, anything's possible, and I think it was you and I that were talking about it the other day. And the Tigers probably have the best rotation in the AL, and it's just a matter of whether they can score enough runs. And lately they've been able to do that, and if they can continue to do that, then this team does have an opportunity to make a run because of the starting pitching that they have.
Yeah. 11 games behind Cleveland, though, is tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, dude. But anything is possible.
Yeah.
I've seen crazier things happen.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the A's blow a fucking 8-game lead in August.
I have them over 80.5, and I have them to win the division.
Oh, the 80.5 looks pretty good.
Yeah, so the 80.5 should be fine. Which will...
Because, there's a lot of rumors that Skubal might be on the market to get traded, but, it's like I was telling some people, because I listen to a lot of Tigers broadcasts on the radio, which is a lot different than on TV, and, the way they talk about it is that the front office kind of figured the Tigers would be somewhere around here because they were so young offensively. So I don't know necessarily if the front office and ownership wants to sell, because I think they're looking at this right now and it's okay, we can make a late push, but next year's really our window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You probably get Jace Young up next year. You probably get him up in September call-ups just to see what he has.
You fucking pray that Torkelson does something.
You pray he figures it out. You pray he figures it out.
Yeah.
But Colt Keith has looked really good in the last few weeks, and kind of what we expected from him. Riley Green, obviously an all-star. That's what we expect out of Riley Green. So I do think that this team they have pieces, dude. I mean, obviously you got Skubal, you got Flaherty, and you got fucking Reese Olson. And then Kedar Montero has looked really good, and he's also looked really bad, but he's a rookie, so you kind of expect that. But he's one of their top prospects, and they got a couple other. They got Jackson Jobe coming up at some point in the next couple of years, and so I mean they got a lot of good young talent in that organization. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
All right, you got any you like any home run derby bets?
I haven't even looked at home run derby bets.
I threw some beer money on Gunner to win just because I have to.
Okay.
He's plus 450 right now.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And then I am playing the under 7.5 in the All-Star game, and we talked about this the last 2 years. You know, a lot of people will bet the over because they're like, oh, this is the best hitters, but what they forget to talk about is that this is also the best pitchers in the league. Yeah. And lately too, in All-Star games, you really see a lot of relievers pitch, high leverage relievers, you know, after the 6th inning. So you don't see a ton of runs in these games at all. Mm-hmm. So I will be playing the under 7.5 for sure, and it's probably going to close 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at taking the NL because
they won last year.
The Dogs, yeah, and you get plus money on it. It's really a fucking 50-50 bet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great players in this game.
Yeah.
All right.
I do have a best bet, though.
Oh, what do you like?
The United States not to medal in sharpshooting.
Sharpshooting?
Oh,
is that a real bet?
No. Oh. Because of what happened on
God.
Yesterday.
This fucking guy. Oh my god. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us. If you missed any of the show, you can catch it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast fix. It'll be up right after you log off. Make sure to download the Sharps app, SHARPZ, straight to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to download, free to use. Track your bets, become a better Sharps app. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at taproom_sports. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. You can also follow us on Instagram at Taproom Sports Podcast. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Catch y'all later. Enjoy All-Star break. We'll be back next week.
Yep, no Tuesday show this week.
No Tuesday show. Be out. Peace.
Later.